Hey guys, what's going on? It's iJustRengar here, and today I'm coming at you with another tips and tricks video. And by another, I mean the only tips and tricks video. So in this video, we're going to be going over Rengar brush jukes, Rengar brush jumps, the Rengar one-shot combo, and how to drag the minions out in lane. So, if I can get that, perfect, okay. So, the first thing that we're going to be going over is jumping to this dragon. It's fairly simple, although it is actually relatively difficult. As you can see, I just messed it up there. But what we're going to want to do is you're going to want to Q like this. You're going to Q out, because if you Q like this, you're not going to go out of the bush. You want to Q so you go out of the bush, then you want to click right here, and then you want to jump to the dragon. So you're going to Q, click, and then, wait, I didn't even do it right. Q like that, jump, just like that, perfect. So, again, Q far out, that way you dash out of the bush, and then you jump to the dragon with your right click. Also for this video, I'm only going to be using boots, just regular boots, that way you guys can get a better understanding. The next thing that we're going to be going over is going to be a brush juke. But you basically just place down a ward right there, and then from there you're able to jump into these, which is definitely going to save your life. So the next thing that we're going to be going over is going to be the jump to wolves. So from here, basically all you really need to do, walk forward like this, and then jump to that one right there. You can also do this with Q to make it a little more reliable, but I like doing it just with your auto attack, because then you save your Q if you're going to fight somebody. The next one is going to be jumping to this booba, so you're going to Q forward, and then you're going to jump to it like that. Again, I'm going to Q forward so I dash, and then I'm going to jump to it. You can also do that from this bush, which I'm going to show you right about now. Let's see if I can get it first try. Yep, perfect. So, you're able to jump just like that. Another cool thing, when you're just going through the river, you can Q this right here. Let's say you're invading and that's up for some reason. You can go over here, go like that. Boom, you have 3 ferocity. Let's say that they're going for their second round of red buff. Place a ward right there. You jump on them, like if they're right there, and then boom, you immediately start that fight having 3 ferocity, which is huge for Rengar. That means you can probably get 2 empowered abilities off. Another quick tip, jump to this blast cone right here, run over here, and then you're able to clear these with starting out with 2 ferocity, which is another big thing. You used to be able to Q and then jump to that. I'm not sure if you can anymore, so I'm not going to spend a bunch of time trying it, but you can walk around like this and then jump to it from there. Also, you can probably jump to Rift Herald / Baron. I tested it without boots and I wasn't able to after a bunch of tries, but I felt like it was reasonable. Oh, also, you can go from here, run down, and then just jump to Grump. And that's useful because then you get your 4 ferocity a lot faster. So that's definitely something that I would definitely try to do as much as possible. Now that we're finally done with those, let's move into the next topic. Alrighty guys, so now we're at the part of the video that everybody actually wants to see. This is going to be the Rengar one-shot combo. So, for this Rengar one-shot combo, I'm going to show you a couple things just pieced together first. So, the first thing, let's spawn enemy dummy right here, and we're going to go over each different thing. So, when you jump, you're going to use your E midair. See how all that damage just hit at the same exact time, right? So you jump, and then you E midair. Both of those hit at the same time, so that's really good for you. Then, you're going to want to Q and W. Wait, here, one second. So, E, W, and then Q, and then you can use your empowered Q or your empowered W, depending on what you want to do. The EWQ is going to be like the murder combo. That's going to be what you use to just take them out of the game as fast as possible. However, you can also use the EQWQ if you think that they're going to hit you as soon as you jump on, and you want to hold off a little bit on your W. Which both of them are viable, and both of them I would recommend, because they're both definitely something that can be really good. So, these being 100 HP targets, assuming that I'm like full build, I would deal obviously way more damage. But so if I'm coming from my ulti, I want to E, QW, Q. And then that's basically how you do the combo like as fast as possible. So again, just do it just like that. So you run, mid-air, EWQQ. So one final time, EWQQ. Oh wait, I didn't even W that time. Yeah, that's one of the difficulties, is that sometimes it's hard to keep track that you're using your abilities correctly, especially when you're doing the combo over and over again. But typically, if you're just doing it for the first time, if you've practiced it before, just go into a custom, practice it just like this. And then, also, it's really easy to accidentally cast your empowered W. So try to make sure that you don't do that, unless you're planning on like going in and then getting ulted by a Malzahar and then running out right after. So, also, by the way, you can Hex Flash during your ultimate, which is something that's actually pretty useful. Especially like, let's say you ulti, and they have like a ward right over here. Or let's say that there's somebody like right there backing. You can just channel your Hex Flash, jump, and then jump on them right there. Which is actually, that can be really, really huge for you. Okay, so when your top lane is Rengar, what you want to do is you want to drag the minions upward. Why is this a caddy wave? Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. So you want to jump on the minions, you want to queue up, that way it doesn't hit them and doesn't make it so it shoves, and then you want to drag them up just like that. See how I did that? Now look, if they have a ranged champion, the ranged champion would have to stand like right here, which if you look, is literally right within your range, especially if you you queue and then jump out at them. Which is going to actually allow you to make a lot of outplays if you queue and then jump back out. So, basically, all you need to do, and this is really good for gaining an early advantage, because when you jump on them and then you queue, then you have 2 ferocity. So what I like to do is jump on them. So, like, let's say this was the initial wave, queue, wait until my queue's up again, queue again, and as soon as my pass is about to expire, jump on another minion, typically a caster, that way you don't interrupt the CSing of your melees, and then jump in when you have free ferocity and get a quick trade-off. The quick trade will basically be, let's see if I can kill these fast, that way I can jump on something. Auto attack Q, auto attack Q. Oh, I didn't have my Q up, but you guys can kind of understand how that works. My Q is still on cooldown, I'm boosted. Here, I'll just get my, I'll build my ferocity off of these. Or actually, I won't. I'll build it really quick here. So you have the 3 ferocity. Let's just assume that you're still level 1, so you jump Q, auto attack Q, and then you run away with your empowered move speed, because it's going to give you 30% bonus move speed with that 1.5 seconds. So using that, you leave and run away with that. You're a burst champion, so you don't want to extend your trades. Unless you're building to extend your trades. There's some builds, like, if you go like for a Black Cleaver first, and sometimes the extended trades can be better. But typically what you want to do is you want to, like, let's say you jump, Q back, go back in, jump back out. And you want to keep making these like really lightning fast trades, because your Q is on a short cooldown, your E is on a relatively short cooldown, and your W is like, it's pretty long. But trade whenever your W is up as top Rengar, and you really want to make sure that you're just making the most out of your passive and utilizing it as much as possible. So if you want to get cool brush outplays as Rengar, just like, you know, me. What you really want to do is you want to, let's place one there, place one there, place one there. We'll have 3 wards, even though you won't have 3 wards in a real game. Let me auto refresh cooldowns right here. So basically, let's say that there's enemies that are in each one of these bushes. There won't be, but this is to like make an example of if people were coming. So let's say that you're running away, right? You're running away, the enemy jungler and their top laner are coming for you. So the top laner goes down here to cut you off, the jungler goes up here into the bushes. So you run this way, you place a ward there. As soon as he gets to right here, you jump to him and then Q, and then you kind of run back. Then from there, because when you run back, that separates you from their top laner, and then makes it so it's kind of an isolated 1v1 for a couple seconds with the enemy jungler. So then you jump on them again, you Q. If the enemy top laner is over here, let's say that the jungler doesn't have a dash, you then jump to them. They'd probably be more over here, but then you want to go back into this bush. You're basically keeping it so it's a 1v1 for as long as possible, even though you're switching off targets. That's just going to be because you're a lot stronger than other champions in 1v1s, typically early game, because you're, you know, playing Rengar, and Rengar is very, very, very strong. So, especially at these 1v1 trades. So, basically, that's pretty much how you're going to do your brush out plays. And I definitely have a couple cool clips of me doing brush out plays as well. Oh, another quick tip for if you're doing a brush out play, you can jump Q and then instantly jump again to another minion. So jump Q, jump Q, jump Q. No cooldown whatsoever. And you can do this without, like, you might be being like, oh, it's only because you have auto refresh cooldowns. No, it's actually not. Look, jump Q, jump Q, jump. Just like that, you can go between all of these instantly. Look, if I was doing it without my Q, delay. Or, that wasn't as much of a delay because I spaced them well. But, that's basically the gist of it. Auto attack, Q, jump, like that. And one thing that I saw on subreddit earlier, the League of Legends subreddit. Somebody sent it to me. There was like a brand right here, and they were right here, and they had like a pick right there. They flashed over the wall. They jumped to the ward that was right here, or the because the enemy had a ward, and they had a control ward right here. So he flashed over this wall. So let me do that with a teleport. He jumped to this, and then he jumped to that, but he didn't use his Q in between actually. So, but he basically just jumped to this, waited a second, and then jumped to that. I personally probably would have jumped to this, Q'd, and then jumped to that, but it worked out for him anyways. So it's all good in the hood. It works either way. Does that not register the damage? Is that a Rengar bug? Maybe. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this tips and tricks video. There's definitely more tips and tricks for Rengar to cover, but I can't really do that in such a small time. If you're interested in coaching, I'll leave a link to my email down below where you can message me about coaching. Aside from that, that's pretty much all. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. I may or may not have taken like 20 takes to make it because I kept messing up on like little things, then being like, oh, I have to restart. So this took me a lot longer than it should have. I'm just like stumbling over my voice because I'm sick, and I'm starting to feel that again, so I should probably cut this off now before it gets too late. Oh, also, by the way, in case anybody didn't know, you can Hex Flash and then Leap. Just to get places a little bit faster. So, I hope that everybody enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and please, please, please share with your friends. I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing for me. And, well, that's pretty much it. Thanks. Editor, cut this part. Dun 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 dun.